Welcome to the second part in the 5-part Fancy Comma presentation, Making a New Day, Quitting to Start, where we talk about the lessons learned by freelance science writer and founder of Fancy Comma LLC, Sheeva Ozma, when she decided to quit her path in academic science to start anew in freelance science writing. We hope you enjoyed the first part of this presentation discussing letting go to make space. If you missed the first part, please check it out on YouTube. In the second part of this presentation, we will focus on recognizing what can't work and making the decision to make a change. The first step in deciding to quit to start a new path is recognizing that your current path is not leading anywhere, or at least not leading where you want it to. It is about recognizing that you cannot fulfill your talents and passions by continuing along your current path. For Sheeva, the decision to leave academic science was about leaving a toxic environment. This recognition was the first step in her decision. However, she also needed to decide that she was ready and willing to leave the devil she knew for an unknown path that could be very rewarding, but would certainly take significant time and energy in order to succeed. Her decision came when she realized and accepted that if she was going to have a fulfilling and intentional life where she could fully realize her passions and talents, she needed to leave a broken system that would not change. This is not to deny that science as a field is characterized as cutting edge. Science as a field values and depends on intellectual innovation and technological and theoretical change and growth. However, though this drive toward intellectual innovation would seem to promote diversity of perspectives and experiences that come from a diversity of representation along gender, racial, ethnic, and class lines, this is unfortunately often not the case. Unfortunately, many aspects of science as a field, specifically those associated with gaining and maintaining positions of power or influence in academia and non-academic professional sciences, in fact work to maintain the status quo of power and perpetuate the marginalization of people and voices that don't fit the stereotype of a scientist. Because of the structures of power that maintain the status quo, the publish or perish nature of many academic positions can actually be self-defeating, working against innovation in the field. Because being established makes a scientist more likely to get published, and because becoming established as a career scientist is still a challenge for women and members of racial and ethnic minorities, the publish or perish environment becomes a feedback loop, skyrocketing the influence of those who already hold more influence. So, ultimately, leaving academic science was about leaving a narrow field with limited possibilities and built-in limitations. That is, leaving a field that wasn't working to pursue a career path that would allow her to learn and apply the true versatility of the skills she had acquired and the talents and passions she had. As is the case with most people who are highly trained in a specialized field, at first Sheeva was afraid her skill set in academic sciences was too limited, that it would only be narrowly useful in the specific scientific field and niche she had pursued to earn her degrees. However, she soon realized that most of the skills she had gained did in fact translate far beyond the field of academic or research science. So, even when you know that you need to make the change, even when you realize that your skills, talents, and experiences will translate onto your new path, quitting to start anew can still be daunting. Leaving the field or career that you have known, especially if you have been in that field for a long time, can feel like diving in without a safety net. Ultimately, the key is to know why you are making this decision, to trust yourself and commit to making it, and to look at the decision to shift paths as a necessary risk in order to live your best life, to live intentionally, and to realize your talents and passions. Thank you for watching the second part of our presentation on quitting to start again. If you missed the first part, you can catch it on YouTube. Please join us for the third part in this 5-part presentation, where we talk about the challenges and rewards that can come from starting on a new path.